Well, typical Big 12 game, hard fought. Both teams I thought played great defense. Offensively, probably both teams missed a lot of shots because of the defense. And then first conference games, new season, you're always a little bit amped up and a little excited. And I thought when we settled in and had that run and got separation, that was huge for us. And really pleased with how everybody contributed, and that's what you gotta have to win in the Big 12.
Scott, is this one of the better defensive teams you've had? Because that's fairly typical the way y'all play.
Well, I think thus far this season we've been very good defensively, and it gets a lot tougher in the Big 12 because people know your tendencies and the fine weaknesses in your defense. So after you go through the league one time, you'll know a lot more about your team. But to David K pointed out, it's fewest points we've held someone in the Big 12 since 2015. So I know that's anytime you can do that to any Big 12 team, that's tremendous.
But you did it to Butler too in Arizona, had good defensive games against them. Why is this team so good defensively? Is it something that
Well, like you look last year, and I think we held Oregon and Arizona to their fewest, and both those games were predominantly zone games. So I think the players really deserve the credit for no matter what the scheme is, they've bought in and really locked in defensively and care about it. And it takes a team to defend. It's never one guy. So just pleased with their mentality, and it starts on the ball with Davion Mitchell for us.
I guess that's pretty important, especially when you guys have streaks like you did in the second half where you didn't make a shot for a while.
Yeah, it's for people to like offenses. It's tough at times when you have two good defensive teams, or when you're in a lull. And I think with us too, one thing is when you exert all that energy defensively, it does take a little toll on your legs as well. So I think that goes hand in hand with it. But I know anytime you have a rivalry game and it's first conference game, there's going to be jitters and nerves.
And you got an easy transition this next week with what you got coming up.
Well, that's the great thing about the Big 12. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You know you're in for a great game. And again, that's the league's been ranked the number one conference 6 straight years. We'll see how it finishes out this year, but it always is because of the top to bottom. It's never because of 1, 2, or 3 teams.
You feel like your team's already. I mean, obviously it's a game at a time. But you feel like you're a stretch like
Well, I think you look at basketball nationwide, and I think you'd be foolish to think that your team's arrived or your team's invincible. I think it's who shows up and executes and plays well, and those teams have been winning, and that's especially this year. It seems like there's no dominant team.
Scott, you said those games last year were predominantly zone. This one seemed predominantly man, and what led you to choose that matchup?
Well, I think most this year we've been playing man, and that's our personnel. It's fit it better, and thus led to it.
Scott, you mentioned it that run at the end of the first half was really key for you. How much did it really change the game that you were able to have that lead going in the second half and you didn't score for so long?
Yeah, it's huge getting separation in a game like this when baskets are hard to be found. So when you can get that run and get the lead, that's huge. And I thought that really. And to the guys' credit too, I thought we've grown from Arizona and Butler. We got leads, and then they came back and made it a 1-2 possession game, and we were able to withstand whatever runs they made to make sure it never got to that.
So Scott, when you got Davion or Jared or somebody on Jericho Sims, is that just switching? Is that how do you wind up with that kind of situation?
Well, in basketball, there's a lot more switching than ever used to go and used to happen, and a lot of that's positionless basketball, style of play, and but we all know that's why it's team basketball, because one-on-one, if Jericho has the ball versus one of those guys, it's not our advantage. So you got to do a good job making it tough for them to take advantage of that in those situations.
I think with the free throws, you only had one more attempt, but outscored them by 9.
Yeah, I thought free throw shooting, it seems it's very contagious, and some nights you're making them, some nights you're not, and I know that's always frustrating for fans, coaches, players, and everybody, but I guess like in golf, we were making our putts today. Speaking of putts, first time ever, right? I told him he should have gotten the interest from the 16 years no one's made one, you know?
To do that?
I think we just do a lot of different looks at them, try to see what would work, see what would stick. I think the most important thing, though, was defending the three-point line. You know, I think they only got 1 3 in the first half. I think that was crucial.
It seemed like y'all really had a group rebounding effort too.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, like I said, you can always count on Mark to rebound. You know, I'm always going to rebound, and then also, you know, Mace or Devontae do a great job of getting in there and trying to play with the 6'9", 240-pounders. So we respect their effort.
Maceo, you had a good offensive night, but what were they doing on defense that was making it so hard for you guys to really get on a couple of runs?
They just stayed locked in defensively. We went on a couple many runs early in the game, but they stayed locked in, and that's what you get in Big 12 basketball.
I said, what do you take from a game like this? So when you guys struggle to shoot as much as you did, but you still win by double digits?
We just take that we got to stay locked in defensively. That's our biggest thing, playing on the floor together. Just to play defense and offense will definitely come.
What was the mentality from the free throw line? I mean, y'all had more than they did, and you were perfect from the line. So what was the mentality going into those?
This past week, Coach Drew really stressed shooting free throws coming up in the Big 12 play, and we just stayed locked in at the line. It was a home game, gym we're familiar with, so we just stayed locked in at the line and just shot them with confidence.
Freddie, obviously it's a start of Big 12, but did you feel like this is a pretty important game to win considering what's coming up next week?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think, you know, how you start Big 12 play is definitely good, like starting off to 1-0. That definitely helps your confidence. But also we have a tough road schedule coming up, so we got blessed with 1 home game. So, and I think guys just were reminded of the physicality and the athleticism in the Big 12, so that helps.
Anything else?
What do you really like about the way you guys are playing right now? You've got a huge, like you said, huge 2-game swing here. What gives you confidence that you guys are ready for that?
You know, I think, you know, you guys probably have noticed, but I'd say our defense, you know, at the end of the day, the name of the game is just score more points to the other guys. So if we can hold them to 10 and score 11, that's a win. But yeah, I think the fact that, you know, we don't rely too much on our offense, but I think that we can depend on our defense, and that's going to be important in those tough road games.
You talked about it coming in, that Jericho had improved his game. How tough was he to handle that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you know, the guy's athletic, and he can play, and he definitely has more confidence. And you know, he showed it tonight. He gave us some trouble. I think he shot like 60% from the field and got a couple dunks and a couple and-one dunks. But you know, I think we did a good job, you know, staying locked in and made it a group effort. So you know, we threw Mark in there to guard him, me in there to guard him. You know, try different things, and it worked out in the end.